Hello, Singaporeans and my viewers. Firstly, thank you to everyone who has supported this YouTube channel, Ben Social Club and Ben Puah, and to those who have made donations via PayNow to help keep it going. Thank you a lot. Now, you can see some comments I shared in this video. Do you think these comments are made by irresponsible people, PAP diehard supporters and IBs? What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Some think they are so smart and try to write lengthy stuff that seems intellectual and sound that they know a lot. But if you study closely, really study every word they use and put it in simple way, they are just trying to say PAP is the best and opposition stop giving all this talking and complaining. So what has happened to Singapore? They are damaging the PAP's image. What do you think? It becomes so fake when all these comments coming out from them are just trying to say good things about the PAP government. I have a notice now. I, Ben Puah, wish to make it clear that I do not delete comments or block individuals simply because they hold opposing views. On the contrary, I welcome different perspectives and believe that hearing diverse opinions is healthy and important for meaningful discussion. However, I will not tolerate irresponsible behavior online. The comments that have been deleted and the individuals I have brought in my YouTube channel fall into one or more of these following categories: baseless allegation, unfounded statements, intentional harassment, inflammatory remarks, serious accusations that damage Singapore's social fabrics, which we Singaporeans have painstakingly built together. I remain open to constructive dialogue, including views that differ from my own. But I will not hesitate to take firm actions, including filing police reports, which I already did, against those who spread misinformation, stir diversion, or attempt to undermine our society. Okay, today I want to speak about an issue that is quietly but steadily reshaping the digital and democratic landscape, not just in Singapore, but around the world. More and more countries are now implementing new regulations to combat the spread of misinformation online. These efforts are often framed as necessary steps to protect public safety, national security, and social harmony. But on the surface, sounds reasonable. After all, false and misleading information can indeed cause real harm to individuals, communities, and even democratic processes. But as always, the devil is in the details. What we are witnessing is not just the fight against misinformation. It is increasingly a tightening grip on freedom of expression. The concern isn't that governments want to stop lies. The concern is that in doing so, they are creating vague, overly broad laws that could be used, and in some cases are already being used, to silence dissent, suppress opposition voices, and shut down alternative viewpoints online. What do you think, Singaporeans? I would love to hear your thoughts. Here in Singapore, we already have laws like POFMA, which give the PAP government the power to order corrections or takedowns of content it deemed to be false. While the intention may be to stop harmful misinformation, the reality is that such powers can easily be extended to suppress legitimate criticism or alternative narratives, especially when there is no truly independent body overseeing how these decisions are made. Do you agree with me? What do you think? The risk is clear. Under the banner of fighting fake news, governments around the world could label inconvenient truths as information and then use that label to justify censorship. Opposition parties, independent creators, journalists, and even everyday citizens may find themselves muted, not because what they say was false, but because it challenged the dominant narrative. And do you think this is already happening in Singapore? Some say so. This becomes even more worrying when we consider the growing trend of platforms being pressured or even forced to remove content, shut down accounts, or restrict features in the name of compliance. In some countries, entire social media channels or websites have been brought or fined heavily simply for hosting alternative political views. Do you think this is already happening in Singapore? Singaporeans, I would love to hear your thoughts. If such trends continue, we could lose some of the last few public spaces where Singaporeans can speak freely, ask hard questions to the PAP government, and hold the PAP government to account. This is not a call to allow lies and hate to spread unchecked. Far from it. But it is a call for balance, transparency, and accountability. We must ask, who gets to decide what is true and what is fake? Who watches the watchers? Yes, who watches the watchers? And how can we ensure these laws are not used as tools of control, but instruments of justice? As Singaporeans, we must remain alert. We must support platforms, creators, and communities that champion open dialogue, critical thinking, and responsible expressions. And we must never take our right to speak, question, and participate for granted, because once that space is gone, it will be very difficult to get it back. So here, what you can do. Support independent voices and alternative media such as Band Social Club. Like, share and comment to help keep them visible. Stay informed. Read widely, not just the narratives from the PAP or our mainstream media, CNA, Channel 8 TV News, blah blah blah. And question deeply and think critically, because all those political analysts appearing in CNA News and Channel 8 TV News are all the same people that just only talk good about PAP and never a single word to criticize the PAP, which is very strange. Think deeply. Speak out. Even small acts, writing a comment, posting a thought, have a respectful conversation, all help to keep the space open. Be a guardian of free expression, not just for yourself, but for the next generation of Singaporeans who deserve a society where different views can exist and thrive. Together, we can build a more open, inclusive, and resilient society. One that's strong not because everyone agrees, but because we are free to disagree. Thank you, and please stay brave. And also, I would love to hear your thoughts on all I had said. I am Ben Puah. Thank you.